The Little Girl and the Wishing Lanterns. In a quiet village, nestled between rolling hills, there lived a little girl named Lila. Lila was small for her age, with bright, curious eyes and hair that shimmered like spun gold in the sunlight. Though she was kind and imaginative, Lila often felt invisible. The other children in the village teased her for being so quiet and different. She would spend her days alone on a hill overlooking the village, her heart heavy with longing to belong. The hill was her sanctuary. It was here that she would sit under an old, gnarled tree, gazing at the clouds and dreaming of a world where she could shine. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Lila noticed something unusual. A faint golden glow flickered in the distance, coming from the forest beyond the hill. The next day, Lila couldn't stop thinking about the golden glow. As dusk approached, she made her way into the forest. The trees whispered secrets to the wind, their leaves rustling like soft laughter. Lila followed the light deeper into the woods until she came upon a clearing filled with floating lanterns. They glimmered like tiny stars, casting a warm, magical glow. A soft voice startled her. "Welcome, little one." Lila turned to see an elegant fairy with wings that shimmered like a rainbow. "I am Maris, the keeper of the wishing lanterns. Each lantern holds a wish, a dream waiting to be fulfilled." Lila's eyes widened. "Can I make a wish?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Maris nodded. "But first, you must prove that your heart is true. The journey to find your own light will not be easy, but it will be worth it." Maris gave Lila a small, glowing lantern. "This will guide you. Your first trial lies at the Mirror Lake. Look into its waters and face what you see." Lila followed the lantern's gentle pull to a serene lake surrounded by willows. The surface of the water was so still, it looked like glass. As she peered into it, her reflection began to change. She saw herself as the other children saw her, small, quiet, and unimportant. Tears welled up in her eyes. "You are more than what others see," a voice echoed. It was her own voice, strong and steady. The reflection shifted, showing her kindness, creativity, and courage. Lila smiled through her tears. The lantern's glow grew brighter, and she felt a spark of self-worth ignite within her. The lantern guided Lila to the Shadow Grove, a dark, eerie place where the trees seemed alive with whispers. "You'll never be enough," the shadows taunted, their voices cold and cruel. Lila's heart pounded, but she remembered the reflection in the lake. "I am enough," she said firmly. Her voice grew stronger with each word. "I am kind. I am brave. I am me." The shadows recoiled, their whispers fading into silence. The lantern's light pierced the darkness, and the grove transformed into a peaceful meadow. Lila felt a warmth spread through her, a growing belief in her own worth. Maris appeared before Lila. "Your final trial awaits. You must walk the starry path and trust in your own light." The path was a narrow bridge of stardust stretching across a vast abyss. Lila hesitated, fear gripping her. "What if I fall?" "Believe in yourself," Maris said gently. "Your light will guide you." Taking a deep breath, Lila stepped onto the path. The stardust shimmered beneath her feet, but the abyss seemed endless. Doubts crept in, but she focused on the glow of her lantern and the warmth in her heart. Each step became easier, and soon she reached the other side. At the end of the starry path, Lila found herself in a glade filled with countless lanterns. Maris stood waiting, her smile radiant. "You have proven your worth, Lila. Now, make your wish." Lila held the glowing lantern close. I wish to always remember my own light and to help others find theirs." The lantern burst into a brilliant light, and Lila felt a wave of magic wash over her. She was no longer the small, unsure girl she had been. She was radiant, her heart full of self-worth and purpose. When Lila returned to the village, she was no longer invisible. Her newfound confidence drew others to her, and she began to share the lessons she had learned. She taught the children to see their own strengths and to believe in themselves. The hill where she once sat alone became a gathering place for stories and laughter, and every evening Lila would light a lantern and send it into the sky, a beacon of hope and self-worth for all to see. The villagers, inspired by Lila's transformation, decided to honor her journey with an annual festival of lanterns. On the first night of the festival, the village square was adorned with colorful lanterns, each representing a dream or a wish. Lila was invited to lead the ceremony, her lantern shining brighter than all the rest. As she stood before the crowd, Lila spoke from her heart. Each of us has a light within, no matter how small or hidden it may seem. When we believe in ourselves, that light can grow and guide us through any darkness. The villagers cheered, their lanterns rising into the sky like a constellation of dreams. Lila watched them with a sense of fulfillment, knowing she had helped others find their own light. One evening, Maris returned to Lila, her wings shimmering under the moonlight. "There is a place beyond the hills where dreams falter and fade. The forest of dreams needs your light to restore hope." Lila agreed without hesitation. She set off with her lantern, journeying through misty valleys and rugged trails. Along the way, she met others who had lost their way: a young boy who feared failure, an artist who doubted her talent, and an old man who believed his time had passed. Lila shared her story with each of them, helping them rediscover their worth. Together, they entered the forest of dreams, their combined light dispelling the gloom and reigniting the dreams that had been forgotten. Years later, Lila's story became a legend passed down through generations. The hill was renamed Lantern Hill, and the Festival of Lanterns grew into a grand celebration of self-worth and unity. Children would gather to hear tales of the little girl who found her light and shared it with the world. Lila, now an elder, would sit under the old tree on Lantern Hill, watching the lanterns rise into the night sky. Her heart swelled with pride, knowing that her journey had inspired so many to believe in themselves. And so, the little girl who once felt invisible became a guiding star. Her story a testament to the power of self-worth and the magic of believing in oneself.